It's time for Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors.
Good Sunday morning to you. This is Karey Brown, broker-owner of Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. And I am here today with David Uhl from Uhl Foundation. It's actually Roy Uhl Company.
Yes.
Man, I totally botched that, didn't I? How are you today?
Good. How are you?
So you guys are in the foundation business. So let's talk a little bit about, you've got some new services that you're offering.
We are. We're just starting to roll out a new outdoor maintenance service that is primarily focusing on preventative maintenance for the foundation. So cleaning gutters, making sure downspouts are out, dumping water far enough away, checking grades around the house and making sure dirt grade is up, caulking around doors and windows, keeping that stuff sealed up. So anything that you could catch early before it turns into a more expensive problem, that's our focus is going to be on trying to find those and eliminate those and get them taken care of. So
that's a pretty awesome service. So also whenever we are under contract, we have like Uhl and other foundation guys come out and whoever our clients pick to take a look at the foundations and make sure that they're okay. So whenever you're buying a house, the foundation, of course, is one of the most important things in a house.
Right.
So talk a little bit about that process, what you guys do when you go out.
Generally, when we go out to a house, we're going to be looking at anything on the outside that sticks out like a sore thumb. So if you have brickwork, a lot of times you'll see breaks and joints. Looking around doors and windows, if there's just normal siding on there, you can see gaps that seem to be a little too wide. Those are little clues that there might be something going on. And then, of course, once you get inside, you're looking for cracks in sheetrock, doors that might not quite latch all the way or close. Same with windows. Open windows up and make sure all those are functioning well. So if you see any of that stuff, then there's a possibility that there's some movement going on. So.
And these guys are out. They're near our booth. I'm out here with my husband, Troy Brown, so you guys can come out and meet the guy that I always say, you know, he really cooks good. And
really good stuff, I'm sure, all the time.
I actually do talk good about you on the radio. I swear. Most of the time. So anyway, come out and see us. And they are not very far from us. So you should stop by and say hi and talk to them about your foundation.
Absolutely. We'll answer any questions people may have.
And if they want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
They can go to UhlMudjacking.com, and all our contact information is there. Our telephone number in Topeka is 785-286-0500. So if you think you might need something looked at or you know there's something going on, then get a hold of us, and we'll come take a look at it and get you a free estimate. So.
Thank you so much for joining me live today.
No, thank you.
And you did a great job.
Thanks.
So also here, I was talking about my husband, Brown's Tree Service. And say hi, Troy.
Hi. We're down here at the Kansas Garden Show. We're giving away $500 and $250 worth of free tree work in a drawing this weekend. So come by and see us. And we're talking about some emerald ash borer down here a little bit. If you're interested, you got some ash trees, you want to find out some information about it, come see us.
Yeah, now you know where my Valentine's present went. It's going to give somebody free tree service.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find you a card somewhere.
A card somewhere. See, he can give it as good as I can dish it. And now I have Heinen, and they are Heinen Repair Service. But whenever you look around here, you see a lot of machinery. Let's talk a little bit about that, Chantel.
Yes, I'm Chantel Heinen with Heinen Repair Service. Excuse me, I've been talking all weekend, so my voice is a little rusty. We're here with our Ferris zero-turn commercial lawnmowers, steel handheld, Mahindra tractors, utility vehicles, and new to our lineup this year are the maxed trailers that we are able to offer.
I use these guys myself, and they are one of the best repair shops I use. I fully believe in them myself.
Thank you, Troy.
Yeah, we just really like them, too.
Thank you.
So they also have great seating. They have the best seating in the house because it's cushioned, and it kind of almost reclines-ish. So,
yeah.
all the
Ferris,
machinery.
Yeah, Ferris has a great ride. They've got the suspension on their mowers. They're patented suspension, so they're the only ones that have the independent suspension, coupled with a really nice seat. Makes an awesome ride for a mower.
Yes, they do. And whenever our backs start to hurt, they make an awesome ride for us to sit down on.
That's
I bought
exactly
mine
right.
over there.
So tell them how to get a hold of you guys.
You can find us on the web at heinenrepair.com. 785-945-6711 is our number. And we're northeast of here, right off K4 Highway, about 20 minutes away.
So definitely if you've got some stuff that needs some work on it, or if you are in the market to buy a new vehicle, listen to me, lawnmower, they are the people to go see.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Karey.
So, Mr. Brown?
Yes, honey.
Talk about a little bit about what you do.
We are primary residential tree service here in Topeka, the surrounding area, and we take care of pruning to some chemical applications to pruning, removals, stump grindings. We can just about do anything you need done to a tree. Just about all of it, really.
You do stump grinding, did you say that?
Yes, I did. We do stump grindings. And
how do they get a hold of you?
It's 379-9212 is our office number. You can get on our website at brownstreeservicelc.com, and you can fill out an estimate sheet on there without even calling in. You can get applications on there if you're interested in coming to work for us. We're always looking for good young kids. So.
Yeah, most of your guys are, about 40?
Well,
he needs some.
But we're still
blood.
good.
Yeah, good as they once were. You can also check them out on Facebook. Look up Brown's Tree Service. He's got a really awesome video with some cool music that they had done. You almost missed the fact that's to hire somebody because it's so good of a video. But now we've got Eric Keating from Keating Mudjacking here. How are you, Eric?
Good morning, Karey.
So let's talk a little bit about what you do.
We are a full-service foundation repair company. We do everything from waterproofing, house leveling, structural supports, waterproofing, any kind of repair work that needs to be done for your basement or foundation. We're the people to do it.
And we've used Eric a lot over the years, so I can vouch for he does a great job. We've known him for a long time. Eric, how do they get a hold of you if they need you?
Our phone number, our office number is 785-246-0128, or you can email us at www.keatingmudjacking.com.
And they are also out here today. They are near the back wall. There's some thin bins right in front of them, and right on the other side of that black curtain is Eric. So be sure and stop by, say hi, and if you've got some foundation stuff that you need to have him look at, he's the guy to talk to.
We'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you, Karey.
So back to this Brown's Tree Service guy.
Yes.
Whenever they need treatment for trees and stuff like that, what all do you guys look at?
First off, we got to decide what the issue is with their trees, what their target line is, what they really want out of us when we get there, and then figure out the best solution to getting it done. Depends on whether they're wanting sunlight for their grass, they just want some canopy clearance over the roofs, keep it out of their gutter. They got dead woods. Every tree is different. We have to look at it, especially if you're looking for pruning. It's just a lot of different technique to each and every tree. Each tree is a special tree.
So, whenever you buy a house or own property, your trees are a huge investment. They don't just come back overnight. So having them looked at and paying good attention to them are important.
It should be done every 3 to 5 years.
Yep, and it helps pay bills too, so please call. Again, how to get a hold of them is 785-379-9212. And now I have Kansas Fence here with me. How are you guys?
I'm fine. How are you, ma'am?
Great. They are just right beside us, and every house needs a fence, right?
Yes, we're the center of the world right here.
Absolutely. We are just kind of like the hub.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk a little bit about what your process is. If you're needing a fence, what do they need to do?
First thing would be to call in, get an appointment, talk to Sandy or one of the girls in the office. They'll set up an appointment to your convenience. She'll relay it on to the salesman. Salesman will get a schedule, and they'll come out, no charge, give you an estimate. Then they'll check back with you to see how the price, or if you want to change something, and then we'll get deposit if it's residential. If it's commercial or industrial, we usually don't need a deposit. Get it on the schedule and get it installed.
Awesome. And do you do every type of fence or just certain?
Just about anything to do with fence. Residential, chain link, wood, wrought iron. We're the biggest distributor in Kansas on aluminum ornamental fencing. Gate operators for your pasture, for your home, so Mama doesn't have to get out in the rain and open and close the gate out there. We do baseball fields, Major League Baseball fields. We worked most of the fence, NASCAR track, we had something to do with us, you know. So just about any kind of fence you can come up with. You call it fence, we'll be there to take care of you.
Awesome. And how do they get a hold of you?
We call Kansas Fencing at 785-836-3180. And just say, hey, I need an appointment, one of the guys to come out, and Sandy will fix you up right quick.
Awesome. And can they find you online? Do you have a website?
KansasFenceCo.com.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for joining us on the air today.
You bet. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So definitely come out to the Kansas Garden Show. There are tons of booths. We are right across from food. And Watkins, she's been here every year. Unfortunately, she's not here right now. Otherwise, we'd drag her over here.
We're not too far from Skinner's. And here is we got Jim Finland here from Brown's Tree Service. He's with us, and he's the one working on the emerald ash borer, and he can take and explain it to us a little bit better than what I can probably.
Well, I'll give it a try. The emerald ash borer is a very destructive pest that came to the United States back in 2002. First discovered up in Detroit, Michigan. Theorize that it came over on cargo ships or pallets or something like that. Since that time, it's migrated all the way east to the East Coast, south to Georgia, west to Colorado, Oklahoma, and also north into Canada. In the process, has killed millions of ash trees. It's a very devastating pest.
It's, I believe they said it has been found in Douglas County already now. Is that right?
Yeah, there are 6 counties in Kansas that have been quarantined or it's been identified in. Douglas County is the closest here to the Topeka area, western Douglas County, and quite a few trees in the Douglas County area, Lawrence area, that are heavily infested now.
So for the Topeka and Shawnee County area, we probably ought to be looking into it if you really got an ash tree that you think is a good candidate for treatment, to be looking at it and start treating within the next year or so. Is that right?
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Troy. The rule of thumb is if you're within 15 miles of an outbreak, you should be considering options for your tree, and options can include anything from treatment to removal or just letting it succumb to the pest. I like to help educate people and let them know that not every tree is worth treating, and so you probably ought to have a qualified arborist, somebody from Brown's, come out and give you a good assessment on your tree to make sure it's either a good candidate or not a candidate. Maybe it has something else going on with it that you need to know about.
If we're kind of explain that a little bit, I mean, a good candidate would be a young, medium young tree, healthy. An older, decayed one's probably not such a good candidate. Is that right?
Probably so. You know, when we do our assessments, we typically try to look at what the overall condition of the tree is and how it's growing. Also, the structure. Ash trees are known to have very poor structure, and if you've got one that's with a very poor structure and might fail at some point in the future, you need to know that. We also have other insect and disease problem that affects ash trees, and you need to know whether those are present at the time so that you can make a qualified decision about your tree.
Okay. So that's a lot of good information. I'm just not sure if there's anything else we need to cover about that, but you've got an injection system set up here in the booth that shows and explains how we do it and the process that goes through it.
Yeah, there are several ways to treat for the trees. The most effective way is through a trunk injection, where they inject a systemic insecticide right into the vascular system of the tree that gets taken up and distributed throughout the canopy. Will protect your tree for a period of 2 years and is about 98 to 99% effective.
You say it protects it for 2 years, so you need to treat on the second year, or is it a third-year treatment?
Every 2 years you need to treat, so every other year.
Every other year, okay.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. We're going to be right back here in just a minute after the break. So be sure and listen. We're, again, out of here at the Kansas Garden Show. We'll have more vendors on right after the commercial.
Southwest Topeka has a good neighbor. State Farm agent Jim Garrison, now at 29th and Urish. If your current insurance situation has you going around in circles, get off the roundabout and stop in and meet Jim and his wonderfully efficient staff. Let Jim Garrison give you a quote and make the Garrison comparison. He's confident that with State Farm's competitive rates, the right coverage, and his unmatched service, you'll want to make him your new insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Jim Garrison is there for you, northeast of the roundabout at 29th and Urish.
So we're back at the Kansas Garden Show, and we are airing live. So if we mess up, you get to hear it firsthand. Back here with Troy, and you can actually hear maybe in the background that the Humane Society is back here, and they've got a lot of cool puppies and cats, and we had a friend get a cat out here yesterday, and it's a girl. We're not sure if they're going to name her Kevin or not, but for some reason Kevin was the name that they came up with. But tons of really cute animals, so you got to come out and check it out. Skinner's, we're across from them. Jackson Greenhouse.
Same place we are, right here next to Skinner's just about every year. We've been here about 15 years in the same spot, I think.
Yeah, and now Topeka Landscape is going to come on and tell us about what they're doing out here. How's the show going for you guys?
It's good. You know, with the weather that we're having outside, it gets everybody thinking, and it's a good place to come get some ideas and look for your next project.
Absolutely. So what all of you guys got out here that they need to come see?
We have pavers for sidewalks, patios, retaining walls, plantings, outdoor kitchens, just about anything to do with the outside of your house we have.
Awesome. So if they needed to get a hold of you, if they can't make it out here today, how do they get a hold of Topeka Landscape?
You can get on our website, that's topekalandscape.com, or we can take a phone call at 232-8873.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I believe he's got Patio Pool and Fireside with you, right?
Yes, we do. We team up with the space that we have with Patio Pool and Fireside. A lot of their products go along with our outdoor living designs and projects, and it's just a perfect marriage of two companies that kind of help each other out.
I use Patio Pool Fireside a lot myself, so
yep.
Good company.
Great company.
Yeah, we have a big yard that we need to be working on, and every year we look at everything and then we discuss it. But for those of you who hadn't heard, we have a long periods of time before we can agree on anything. So we mull it over for a really long time. I think 15 years to redo our kitchen.
She's hard to beat.
Well, that can happen. That can happen. That's what guys like us are for.
Yeah, exactly.
To help you with those projects.
Just bring your white flag when you come. So does that happen to you guys a lot?
Oh, yeah. You know, sometimes we'll be called to a job and the customers won't quite know what to do. So we come up with a design that kind of incorporates her idea and his idea to kind of come up with a compromise. And getting that plan down on paper sometimes is all you need to do to come up with a successful plan that satisfies both sides of the equation.
Sweet, I know what we're going to do. Just be sure and bring that white flag.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, two pretty hard-headed people. Again, 15 years on the kitchen. You can actually come out and see what our kitchen counters look like because we do have a small version of it. We have wood countertops. Imagine that, being married to a tree guy. I got wood countertops.
It matches this. It's from the same tree that we cut down. We had slabbed out and made our own countertops. It's a very nice little project we did. It took us 15 years, but
is this oak?
Yeah, I have a big
nice
oak tree that we had to be removed. So
very nice.
Yeah. So now the argument is a kitchen island. What are we going to put there? Because we have a difference of opinion and size. So
that keeps it interesting, right?
Yeah.
It could be another 15 years before we get an island.
It slows the money spent is what it does.
And he's painful. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. It's like arguing with a wall. So thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. You got to go and check out their booth because it is amazing. They got some really cool things over there.
Well, thanks for having us.
Tell them real quick how to find you out here.
We are right in the middle. As you come in from the east side of the Expo Center, we're right in the middle. Big Topeka Landscape and Patio Pool sign high up in the sky. So just come by and don't hesitate to ask us any questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So out here, there's just tons and tons of ideas. There's hot tubs, just a lot of landscaping. If you've not been here before, you're going to love it. There are plants everywhere.
With the weather, it really gets you in the spring fever, too.
It does. I get these grand ideas because I love plants. But for those of you that listen, I kill plants about as quick as I burn dinner, too.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah, he's sleeping on the couch tonight.
It's usually wherever I land is where I sleep.
So now we have NuSound here. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. How is everybody?
Good.
Look at you all happy.
I'm happy. We just got here. Why couldn't we be happy? Did you see all the people coming through the door?
No, I was sitting up here, so.
Yesterday afternoon, everybody was out playing outside, so today they're coming in. The wind's blowing a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So it's a big crowd.
It's going to drive them in. I was just noticing yesterday whenever I came in, normally every year I'm freezing and I'm just like, oh, I can't park close enough. And it was beautiful outside.
The women's bathroom was crowded yesterday. People were in there taking off clothes.
Yeah.
But this is a family show, right? I can't talk about that.
I was like, where did we just go?
That was quick. You got to watch her. She's ornery.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, she is actually what saved our marriage. My husband is, all those years of tree trimming, he could not hear anything. So we'd get accused of saying things we didn't say. Finally, one day I said, you're getting hearing aids. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
He can
You're
hear us
welcome.
now.
And how many years did you have to stay after him before he finally did something?
A good 4 or 5.
I think it was probably a little longer than that. But.
And that is the moral of the story right there. I hope everybody's listening because all weekend long, that's the number one question I get. How can I get my wife to come see you? How can I get my husband to come see you? How can I get my dad to come see you?
Yeah, she took care of Dad, too, as well.
Exactly. And I think we get in our mentality that, nag, nag, nag. And I don't think it's about nagging. I think it's about helping them understand that it's not just about them. It's about the whole family. Honey, you're missing out on what the kids are saying. Or, honey, that is not what I said, and this is really causing some problems. Will you please do this for me?
My kids got grounded a few times over stuff they really didn't say either.
Exactly.
But they probably deserved it.
Exactly. I think one of the best stories I ever heard, I had a lady in there. She said, I've had a hearing loss for 20 years. I'm coming to get a hearing aid today. And I said, well, honey, what made you finally decide to do it today? She said, the police. I said, excuse me? I mean, she's like 80 years old. And she goes, yeah, my TV was so loud, the neighbors called the police. The police knocked and rang the doorbell. They finally came to the back door and knocked on the kitchen window. Scared the life out of me, she said. But, yeah, sometimes it takes a real life-changing experience, so I'm glad Troy didn't wait for that life-altering experience.
Now, your booth is over on the other side of the building, right?
It is. It is. We're down at the end, by Linda's Home and Garden. Big crowd. Look for the American flags. We're right next to the flagpole guy this time.
They call that the arena, don't they?
The arena. I think so.
I believe that's what that is over there.
Smells better today. Yesterday the hockey ice was mildewed or something. It was nasty in there.
And how do they get a hold of you?
Call the office anytime, 783-8121. We're also in Wamego now, so we're servicing our Manhattan people, 456-1858.
And I know you have a website. What is that?
It's NuSoundHearing.com, and new is N-U. We had to be cute. I don't know why. It made it so hard for people.
Because it's woman-owned.
I know, Troy. And it was all us girls. Yes, NuSoundHearing.com.
Awesome, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for not making me have to hurt the man.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We joke around a lot, but I do love my husband. He is a good cook, as you all know. He can hear now, and the kids don't get grounded unless they have it coming, typically. And it's pretty great. So now I have Patio Pool and Fireside here. How are you?
Good.
We were just talking about your booth.
Yeah, this is I've been out here for this is almost my 20th lawn and garden show. So about 10 years ago, we started doing it with Topeka Landscape. So we have one big booth and kind of combined our stuff, kind of backyard living.
Good deal. So we were just talking about how we go by every year and we dream about what it is we need to get done for our yard and how we probably need an intervention to finish it.
Yeah.
So explain all the products that you actually have down there at your.
Well, we have hot tubs, spas, patio furniture, fire pits, umbrellas. I mean, Yeti coolers now. That's been real big for us. Grills.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got some great spices in there.
Yeah.
I pick some up every time I come in.
The Big Green Egg is kind of blown up for us, and, we've carried them for about 15 years now, and that's a big part. You get those people that cook on them and just absolutely love them, and they come back for the spices and stuff like that. Yeah.
Some great stuff in there.
It is. I like to eat it.
Anything that you need for your backyard to make it more fun. So, yeah, we've got all that.
And how
did you mention the pool chemical that you sell during the summer?
Yeah, we do everything with pools but build, so maintenance, opening and closings, and then, we have all your chemical needs and all that for pools and hot tubs, And that's our big – it's coming up on we're trying now to gear up for that season, the pool season, because it's huge for us.
It's right around the corner.
Yes, it is, especially with this weather right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it's getting people anxious. So.
Yeah, yesterday especially.
Right.
Today it's kind of cold, so you guys need to come indoors and come see us.
Yeah.
You're on the other side, right?
No, we're right 2 down from here.
So they are super easy to find.
Yes.
You can absolutely come see all of us. I mean, just come tool around, and we promise not to pick on you too much. We have some bags here to give away, and Troy's giving away $250 in tree work and $500 in tree work.
There's going to be 2 winners sometime at the end of the day. We're going to take the drawing after the show.
Yeah, and there's a big bowl full of people that are trying to get that, so you need to come out and get your name in.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do is yesterday we did a video on Facebook, and the first person that came and told us that they saw our video on Facebook, we gave away a Yeti cup. So we'll say first person that comes in and says they heard us on the radio, we'll give them a free Yeti cup.
I heard you on the radio.
Does that work?
I won. I was the first one.
That's not working here. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is I put him on my show, man.
So, just come down to the Patio Pool and Fireside booth. Tell one of the girls or me that you heard us on the radio, and we'll let you pick a Yeti cup out, one of the 20-ounce ones.
Good deal.
So
awesome.
We'll do that.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
So there are just tons of really great booths out here. You should come over and talk to the Kansas Arborist Association. They've got some great information. Also, I know we say this every week, but we need listings. Everybody is kind of sandbagging, waiting until spring, and holy smokes, we're just dying for some listings to put on the market because we've got buyers that have no place to go. So if you have not talked to someone, please give us a call. Our number is 785-783-4010 or 785-213-5188. Feel free to shoot us an email at preferredadvisorsteam@gmail.com. You can check us out online at TopekaRealtyExecutives.com. Again, please, if you're thinking about selling your house, now's the time. As soon as we're putting them on, they're going off. We're getting multiple offers. So if there's ever a time to sell, now is it. Now I have got my father-in-law, Richard Brown, R.O. Brown, also known as Brownie Brown. How are you, Brownie?
Well, I'm great.
He's actually was just sitting across the aisle here at the Kansas Arbor Association, caretakers of Kansas trees. Go ahead and explain a little bit of that for us real quick, Dad.
The Arbors Association is the association of all the arborists in the state that care to join anyway, and they do educational stuff, and we have a arborist training course that lasts a week, and they have every year with real good speakers, and we have a field day where some speakers and a little bit of fun, and we pass out information and everything.
Something in the booth that you got just tree questions on there, and they're low tree questions. If you got some tree questions, I went through the course when I was in high school, and I spoke to all the guys that are certified arborists. So
definitely, of course, I'm pretty biased, so you got to call her.
9212 or brownstreetservicelc.com.
And be sure and come out and see us. Again, we're over here in Brown's Tree Service booth. And just be sure and register for the giveaways. Come see all these great people. We love helping people and would love for you to ask us any questions you might have. Again, there's food out here. There's plants. Lots of beautiful stuff to look at. So you should definitely come out and join us. Again, check us out at TopekaRealtyExecutives.com or give us a call, 785-213-5188. Thanks for listening to Real Estate 101.
Thank you for listening to Real Estate 101 with the Karey Brown team from Realty Executives Preferred Advisors. Tune in again next Sunday at 11 o'clock for Real Estate 101.
Stay connected with the news you need from 580 WIBW Topeka.